weekend, I went out for a walk in the racist countryside. Yes, the Guardian is digging all that up again. Apparently, they found some, I don't know, was she some sort of an author or columnist or something? I ran a piece that she went out to the countryside and she didn't see anybody else there who wasn't white. Oh no. Look, oh look, swans. There's one going up over, two of them up over end. There's three neck to neck. Look at that. Yeah, she went out to the countryside. She couldn't find, she didn't see anybody who wasn't darker than this. Therefore, judged the place to be racist, because it's institutionally keeping people like her away, because she felt so uncomfortable being around whites. Oh no, how awful. I mean, all those times I've driven to the Berwyn, driven up through Llanfyllin, past Penderfon Fawr, over towards Llanrhaeadr Mochrant, past T Alun Jones depot. All those times gone past there and seen all those signs saying no blacks, no Asians, no Chinese, white Europeans and Americans only, nobody else allowed. And 2 miles further on, another sign that says, are you absolutely certain of your skin colour? Because it's going to get a bit more strict. And a few more miles further on, if you're not white, turn around now, this is your last chance. Yes, I remember all those signs every time we've driven up. Gosh, I remember going to Matlock, Bath, up the Heights of Abraham. There's a cable car up there. 1992 in the spring. I remember meeting 3 lads, Asian lads from Derby, dressed in Levi's, just going out for the day. They wanted to, like I did, got a bit of sightseeing. It was a nice place to go, Heights of Abraham. I remember took the photograph. That was before camera phones, obviously, 1992. So I thought they were there. Nice lads. So yeah, it's obviously countryside had come to being racist back then, because those lads were out enjoying the fresh air, enjoying the grass, wandering around the hills like I was. The racist countryside, eh? That's the new thing. Well, maybe she's just a race baiter, like our Kia. Apparently, if you now oppose any government minister, you're far right, you're an evil fascist. If you're calling for an independent inquiry into the Asian grooming gangs, which we all know refers to one country whose first letter begins with a letter between O and Q in the alphabet, but we can't really talk about that, which letter the O between O and Q it is. Well, they're from there, originate from there, all highly organised. We all know the stats. I pointed out the stats to you. Calling out for an independent national inquiry to see how far the rot has gone, for how long, to who's been involved in the cover-up nationally. Oh no, if there's any politician, any government minister who's refusing to hold that, and if you criticise them for that, you're far right. You're jumping on the far right bandwagon. You've probably got posters of Mussolini in your home, and the Austrian painter as well. It's just ridiculous. So obviously, if you oppose government policy, if you oppose what government ministers do, you're on the far right. You do that, you'll do goose step which I'm trying to do now to counter you because it's black ice here. This is what Stalin did. This is what Stalin did. Any discussion, or rather any criticism of his regime, anything like that, he just smeared them as far in it. He just chucked them to the gulag. Oh, there's hundreds of square miles in northern Scotland, Caithness and Sutherland, entirely suitable to build gulags up there. Probably build railway to Kyle Tongue and some of the other coastal towns and villages up in the northeast Scotland. Just have something to be built, give the political dissidents something to do, eh? And I wonder if I'll have a cell down from Dominic Frisby. I'm going to hear his songs. That's how ridiculous it is. And he knows well, actually, does he know? He probably doesn't. He's probably too dim to realise that this is a Gerald Ratner movement. If you remember Gerald Ratner, was in the early 90s. He said, well, how can you sell this jewellery for that price? It was all because it's crap. Only Starmerov doesn't realise he's done this. This is his Ratner movement, but he completely shut the bed and decreed any criticism of the government, any of government policy of ministers is far right and you're fascist. Do as you're told, do not criticise. If you dare criticise us, you're a fascist. But Robert Jenrick, he's come out and spoken out against all this. The guy, I guess, who should have been the Tory leader but wasn't, because they chose King Badenoch, not the useful as a chocolate fire guard. So they chose her to do it instead. Christ, this black ice. This is a bad move to come down here, wasn't it? So they chose Jenrick. They chose Badenoch, but Jenrick has been making some noises on X about all this, and he's quite correct. If you smear criticism of government policy, if you criticise their decisions, it should not be seen as being far right and all the Austrian painter stuff. But that's all he's got. That's all Starmerov has got. It's jolly cold out here. Excuse me. That's all he's got. Because he doesn't think, well, he doesn't have any nuance, he doesn't have any awareness at all, he doesn't dream, he doesn't have a favourite book, any favourite poetry. He's just an automaton. He's just a standard Marxist. This is what Marxists do. I warned you, I told you so, I told you so. He is a Marxist, and this is how they operate. If you don't support what they do and what they are, you are part of the evil fascists and have to be dealt with. Why do you think so many have been jailed for criticising him on, rather speaking out, shall we say, on Twitter, on X, on Facebook? You have lengthier time in jail, what you post on Facebook, than you do for fiddling a kid. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. That's the world we live in this country at least. While the rest of the world is going rapidly in the other direction, we're the ones who are stuck with Marxism. Oh, Trudeau was resigned, as you probably know, in Canada, and could well be replaced by a Conservative at last. Pouvet, I think it's called. So his days are numbered. So obviously in the US, you now have Trump and not Kamala. We're the outliers in having this Marxist. And Marxists doing what Marxists do. So either if you are either a fascist or not a fascist, and to be seen to be criticising means you are a fascist, and all the basically he's a complete and utter cunt. As is anyone who agrees with his line that you have to sort of not want an inquiry into all that shit. You're also cunts as well, aren't you? As I've said before. God, how many of them are around us? This black ice. Oh, that's racist, isn't it?